All right, thank you for joining me. So, if you're here today, you want to create a book cover. Here is an example of what we're going to create. So, let's get started. Okay, so first of all, we're going to go into Canva and we're going to decide what size canvas we need. So, I'm going to do a custom size, which is 12 by 9, because I want my book cover to actually end up being a 6 by 9. So, we're going in here and we're going to look at the templates they have, but we're going to just go with something blank because we're going to do everything on our own. You don't have to start with the blank canvas, but I would suggest it so that you can control everything. So we're going to start with our background, and the theme is a fairy garden or kind of like a forest, magical type thing. So I'm going to go and type in forest. So when you type in forest in the elements section, it's going to bring up graphics, photos, and videos. Okay, there's also some other things that it brings up, but you're going to look at the graphics and the photos. So what we're going to do is we're going to add one in that we think might look good. We're going to put it on our canvas and we're just going to see what pops up that we think we're going to like, and that's going to fit the theme that we're going for. You can always change it, but basically that's what we're doing in this section. We're just going to keep looking through graphics and photos until we find something that we think is going to work. So now that I found an image that I like, I'm going to click on the image and the three dots are going to come up. And once you click on those three dots, you're going to scroll down and it's going to set the image as a background. So you can click on that and it'll automatically set the image as the background for you. So you don't have to do that on your own and try to make it look aligned properly. It'll do it for you. So now we're going to go over and we're going to work on our fairy that we're going to have as the main picture on the cover. So there's lots of different ways to do this, and we're going to go over to the apps and we're going to use AI to create our image for us, because we don't want to use an image that we just found. We want to make sure that we're creating our own image, and it also gives us control of it too. So we're going to use 3D artists. We're just going to try it out and see. And this is how all these AI apps work. They're all pretty much the same, but they'll give you different pictures based on, you know, what the scope of what they're supposed to be doing. So you're going to put in a description of what you want. So you're going to want to, ahead of time, figure out kind of what your overall character is supposed to look like. And then those are the characteristics that you're going to put in here. So we're going to say an African-American fairy character like Tinkerbell. And we're just going to start there and just see what happens. Hit create, and we'll see what happens. And there's a whole lot of trial and error in these sort of apps. And I've never used this one before, but I'm just giving you an idea of how they work. So that one didn't do what we wanted to do, so we're going to move on. So we're going to go to Dali or Dolly. I don't know how to say it. I probably should, but I don't. We're going to try this one. And we're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to put our prompt in, and we're going to say an African-American fairy character like Tinkerbell. And we're going to see what this one gives us. It might give us something good. It might not. It's a 50-50. You never know with these things. But that's what we're going to put in, and then we're going to tell it to generate. And like I said, you're going to have to play with these a lot, and you'll find an app that you really like and that does what you need it to do. And then, you can stick with that. Okay, so it's thinking. Let's see what it comes up with. And this is what it gives us. Not at all what we wanted. It's not what I was thinking, but it did do exactly what we told it to do. It's an African-American fairy character like Tinkerbell. I'm not mad at it. It's just not what I want. So now we're going to go in and we're going to tweak the prompt that we gave it. So I want a realistic version of this sort of character. So I'm going to go in and change it and say I want a realistic version of this. So I just added realistic in front of the prompt we gave it, and we're going to hit generate and see what it does. So now it's going to redo what we gave it already, and it's going to regenerate something for us. All right, and this is what it gives us. Exactly what we told it to do, a more realistic version. But I want you to make sure you look at this, and I want you to see that there are some imperfections in the image. So that's something to take into consideration when you do these. You have to be careful and you have to look at them very carefully to make sure that there's no imperfections in the image. And it is, and this is not what we want. So we're going to keep going. Okay, so didn't give us what we want, so we're going to move on, and we're going to go to Mojo AI. And this is one of my favorite apps. And I'll show you in a minute why. So it works the exact same way. You're going to type in your prompt, or you're going to type in whatever you want your idea to be so that it can try to create something for you. So this is me typing right now, and I did change up my prompt a little bit, just because I kind of wanted to have a little something different that I wanted to make sure that the character has. So I said a realistic African American fairy that resembles Tinkerbell, but I wanted to make sure that she had curly hair. So that's why I changed the prompt a little bit, because I just thought about it. And we're going to go in and as you can see, this one, the reason why I like it, because you can choose the style that you want. So there's like anime, watercolor. There's so many different ones based on like what you want. So we're going to pick which one we want, and then we're going to hit the button, and it's going to prepare it for us. So this is it working. And you can try many different of the artistic styles to see what works best for you and what you're trying to do. Now, this is gorgeous. Look at those eyes. Look at what it did for us. Do you see this? Absolutely gorgeous. So here, what you can do is click on, you can make it the right size, and that's what I'm doing, just sizing it up, seeing how I like it. But she is gorgeous. And then we're going to go to the background remover at the top, and we're going to remove the background. So then we're left with just the image of her. Is she not gorgeous? Look at those eyes. It's got the curly hair. Just gorgeous. I love it. I am definitely questioning the 2 sets of wings, but you know what? It doesn't really matter because she's pretty and she's giving a look, and I like her. So now what I'm going to do is kind of play with the design a little bit. So we are talking about the front of a book cover. So the size does matter, and where her placement is does matter. So that's what I'm doing now, is just playing with the size and the placement. I have to keep into consideration that where the middle, like where the book spine is going to be. So I have to make sure that she's over far enough so that once we add in the text and we add in anything else, it all looks like it's supposed to. So there are some sort of ways that Canva helps you and uses the guides. So when you're putting your characters and stuff on there, it will kind of give you guides automatically, but you just kind of want to keep in mind, you know, where your book spine is kind of going to be. So what I'm doing here is just playing with the size and the shape and where I want her to be at. and that's it. So then once we go there, and I get her place, her size, and her placement about where I want it, then we're going to go back over to elements, because now we need to add in some more pieces. We have the background and we have like our main character on there. So now I'm looking for something to add to it that's going to make it pop even more. So now we're going to look for fairy lights, because I feel like it needs a little something extra. So as you did before, you're going to go in elements, type in fairy lights. It's going to give you graphics and photos. And for this, I would say graphics is probably going to be best. So you're going to see me searching through graphics and until I find something that I think I'm going to like. Now here, when I find a graphic, then I'm just kind of going to look at it bigger on the page. I'm going to place it like around, kind of see if it fits with what I'm thinking. And if it doesn't fit, we're going to trash it and we're going to move on to the next. So you're going to see me doing this for a little bit. And honestly, the reason that I'm doing this is for two reasons. One, I kind of like a layered approach when it comes to creating. I think it gives it depth. It makes it look more interesting. But then also, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. And I don't know if you noticed, but on the right side of the wing, like the tip of the wing on top, is missing like the point. So for me, that kind of drove me crazy. So I was trying to come up with something to like cover that wing part so it's not as noticeable. I know you probably wasn't paying any attention to it, but I noticed things like that. So that's really what I was trying to do. So that is, a little bit of, you know, why I'm adding and taking away and trying to find the right thing. Okay, so I positioned that to the back. I think I like it. We're going to leave it for now. We're going to move on to text. So we're going over to text and we're going to look at some headings and some font combinations, and we're going to try to see if we can come up with something that we like for the title. Now here you can see there's all different kinds that are put together for you. You can definitely use those or you can do your own. So I'm just looking for something that I think I might like. And all of these are customizable. Some to a certain extent, but they're all customizable. And we're gonna go with sparkle. I like it. It's kind of got the little glow to it. So it kind of goes with the theme. So we're coming up with a name. Okay, so we're coming up with the name, and I'm just making this up as we go, guys, but we're gonna call it Fairy Secrets. So in this section, you'll see me typing in the words and changing the size up, trying to see where it fits at, make sure it looks good together. And there's a whole lot of this that's going to be done because I'm just going back and forth. But one thing you're going to see me do is I'm going to use the same font, and I'm going to change the color and take the shading off, or I don't know if it's called shading, but take the glow off of the secret part, and change the color. I'm going to play with the color a lot because I wanted it to stand out, but I didn't want it to take away from the overall picture that I had going on in my head. So you'll see me playing with the size and with the color a lot. And like I said, these are customizable, so you can do pretty much whatever you want. And you don't have to use a preset font. You can go through all the different fonts and you can do those from scratch if you want to, if you're not seeing anything that you think you like. But this is, a quick way to get your title done. So you're going to see me for a couple more minutes just going through trying to get the title correct, and make it look visually appealing the way that I want to. Okay, so now that I have the title the way that I want it, I'm going to add in another element, and that is because I'm seeing something that is kind of irritating me. Okay, so underneath our image, there is a straight line from where we took the background off, and I'm not liking that I can see the back, see that straight line underneath where it says fairy. So now I'm trying to find something like fairy dust or something to add into that area so that you can't see that as much, because I don't like that you can see the cutoff on that. So that's where I put fairy dust in on our elements, and I'm just going to try out a couple things, and I really like how that looks. It kind of adds to the mysteriousness of the cover and what's going on. And you see I'm just moving it around trying to get the placement how I want it. And it's really trial and error. All this is trial and error. And I made it bigger because I kind of wanted to wrap around the back of the book. So then I'm going to put the words back in place and see how it looks. And I really like it. It looks so pretty. There we go. We're centering everything. Look how pretty that is. So I actually love that. And it fixed the little problem that I had, and it added an additional layer. So now I'm just going in with the word secrets, and I'm trying out different colors because I kind of felt like it was blending in a little bit when I put that fairy dust on there. So Just going in, trying to figure it out. And that's where I said you can play with it, because you can mess with the styles, take the neon off, take the shadow, add highlight. You can do all that in here, which is really nice. So you'll just see me playing with that until I get it how I think it needs to look. Okay, so now that the title is done, we're going to work on the putting the author's name on. So we're going to go over to our text and we're going to add a text box. And just for sake of this tutorial, we're going to say Abigail Monroe is the name of the author. You can do this in whatever font, whatever size you want to do. You're just going to add it on wherever you think it looks good. Change the size, change the font, and really you're going to just make it look however you want it to look. There is no right or wrong way to do it. When you're, creating your own book cover, there's no right or wrong way to do it. I would say stay away from fonts where it's hard to read, where it's a lot of different curses and things where it's kind of hard to read, especially for the author name, but there's really no wrongdoing. So now we're going to go over, once you get that on, we're going to go and just for this tutorial, for example, I'm looking for an author photo because I want to do the back of the book. Now, if you're doing this in one of the different programs, like for Amazon, KDP, or something like that, they have the setup already in place where you can stop at this point and then you can add the rest of the stuff on the back of the book in their program. But just for the sake of showing you a finished cover, I'm just looking for something to use as like an author photo and show you where that placement is. That's what I'm looking for right now. I'm gonna find some sort of author photo, and this one looks pretty good. And I'm gonna show you placement wise where we're gonna put that, and so you could see how the book would look finished. And we're just gonna size it up, just eyeball it. Make sure you're keeping in mind where the middle of your book is, where the book spine is going to be at. And now we need to, once we have the author photo in, we're going to go back to our text and we're going to add some words for the back of the book, which would be the summary. I'm sorry right now. For lack of a better word, we're going to go with the summary for the back of the book. You guys know what I'm talking about. And I'm just going to type some stuff in, and I'm going to show you where to put that is. You could also put your author bio next to the photo, and that's what I'm putting in. And then we're going to put the book summary on the bottom part. So I'm going to stop right here and just let you watch and see what I'm doing. Okay, so in this last section, you're going to see me um, add in one last element, and that is like the SKU or the barcode on the back of the book. If you're doing this in KDP or another publishing company, you probably won't have to do this. They'll add it on for you themselves. You don't have to put this on there, but just so you have an idea of what it looks like on the book and your spacing and stuff, that's what I'm doing. So you'll see me add in that SKU or that barcode, and then you'll see me go back and fill in the book summary on the back. So I'm literally just tapping and typing something in. It's not going to make sense. It's not supposed to. I just wanted to fill in so you can actually see what it looked like all filled in that area. So I'm going to let you watch that, and I'll be back at the end. Okay, so there you have it, our finished book cover. Now all we need to do is go to File, and you can save it as whatever you want. Hit that little pencil and you can change the name of whatever file you want it to be. So that's me changing it to the file. And you can also see what the size is. I like that you can see what the size is right there. So we're just going to save it so that we have it. After this, we can download it, do whatever we need with it. And yeah, so that was it. I hope that wasn't too hard. I can go into more detail about anything if you need me to. But yeah, this is our finished book cover, and I hope you like it. I hope it made sense.